Yo, so now that we're done with the home page, remember we are going to create 4 pages for this report. So we have 3 more pages that we need to create. So which is the product, that's the next one. So I will create the plus here to go to the next page and name this page product. So remember the background color that we use. I'll go here to canvas background, select here, and this is our color here, EDEFFO. So once you've used that color like once, it should be there. So I'm going to select it and then reduce the background to 100%. So right now I have this. So the next thing is probably the logo again. So I can put the logo here. You can actually go and copy from the first page. So if you want to do that, so let me put my logo here. Now that I've put the logo here, I need to kind of think of a design. So I want a design where I'll have something like the product in the middle. As the product is showing, as I'm clicking different product, this is just a product analysis, right? All right, so that's basically what I want, right? I just want a picture of all those products since I have like an image URL of that. So the best way to do that is to kind of get a custom visuals from Power BI workspace or Power BI get more visuals and get the custom visual called sample image. So I can go here, actually get more visual. So it may require you to sign in. So I'm going to sign in. So if you don't have a Power BI, probably a Power BI user, please try and sign up. You can create a developer account so that you can have an email address to be able to sign in here and get more visual. So let me sign in and get more visual, because this is very important for you to be able to see some other interesting visual. You're not limited to what is on Power BI page alone. So here I'm going to search for a visual called image. Once I put the image here, I'll see different image visuals, but the one I like that I usually use is this simple image. So I'm going to select it and then bring it in. So I'm going to click on add, and it's going to bring this visual into my report. Great, so it has bring it successfully. So this is it here. I'll go to select it from here, sample image, and I'll go to my product table and select image URL. So once you put an image URL in there, so it shows the pictures of those images, right? Let me go to my general and switch off the background, so the background is not showing. All right, so you can make this a little bit bigger but not too bigger. So let's see if this is okay, but I will still adjust it. Let me make it to be bigger. All right, so I'm getting there. So this is my image. Then after that, the next thing I might want to add is the slicers that will filter down this image by different things. So I'm going to go to my slicers, select slicer, and select product, so that I can see all the products, right? So I'm going to change the slicer settings to tile. I want tile instead, tile, and tile will show me something like this. So let me put it down here. Right, I can switch off the header for this so it doesn't show any header. I can also switch off the background for it so it doesn't show background. And for the color, right, so I can change the probably the background colors to that my blue color, right? And I'll change the font color to white, right, which is just white. So I can easily select. I also even put italics, so it's easy. So right now, if I select one product, it's changed. If I select this product, it changed. This product, it changed. This product, it changed, and this product change, and this product change. So I'm getting there. So after creating this, the next report I may also want to create probably just a simple bar chart beside or above this. So I can select bar chart to show my different sales methods. So I'll come here and select my sales method, and also select my total sales here. So just to add a little bit of design to this, so I can go to general again, switch off the background, and then go to my visual. For y-axis, I want to switch off the title for the y-axis. That title is actually not necessary. Then x-axis, I want to switch off the title for that as well. It's actually not necessary. In fact, the entire x-axis is not necessary because these numbers, I can actually put it as a data label, so I can switch it off. After switching off the title, I'll switch it off, right? Then I'll come to my data label and switch it on, and then change the settings of positions to inside hand. Then from here I can change the color of the bars to that my usual color, which is just this one, right? You can see I am getting there, right? Let me just reduce the size of that a little bit, and then boom, I have my chart, right? And I can actually rename it from my title here and say sales method, so it doesn't show just that. I can reduce the size of this heading so it's not too much, and probably maybe I should make it a Sego UI. So you can leave it the way you want. So me, I'm just trying to look at different designs and see how that work. All right, so I have the bar chart here. So the next thing I may want to put right now is to put the name of this product, so that when I select a particular product, the name of the product is showing, so I can use a card visual for that. This card visual here, the hold one, I'm going to select it and select the product, right? Product. So here you see it showing already. So I'll just come here, switch off the category label, go to general, switch off the background, and it is here. But remember I said I have one particular blur color that I want to use for the color of text insert. So I can come here, probably select this, something like this, but that's not the one I want. So in my color palette, I already have blur text color, right? Blur text color, which is this, and then I'll come here and choose that instead and put it here. So let's see. So I like something like this, right? So let me reduce it. But the way you know is probably I should reduce the size to like 30. I think this is too big. Oh yeah, this is too big. So let me make it like 30, but I need to select all the pictures just to know that they all fit. Okay, I think it fits. Yep, I think it fits. So you can just make this like this. So when you select all the pictures, you'll see if the text actually fits. And the next thing I want to add is the price. So I can select the card visual again and go to my average price, add an average price, come here, probably reduce the size a little bit to probably something like 25 maybe, and then switch off the category label, switch off the background again, and I can even, this average price is money also, so I can change the formatting of this by selecting here and come here and select this drop down here and select currency. So that way it's going to turn it to money, and then you can say the decimal place should be 0, so that it doesn't bring all those decimal places. So let me get 0, 0. Yep. So, and I'm going to change the color of this to my color. Come to color value, change the color of this to my blue, and that's the price. So let me see if it doesn't affect any of the products when I select it. Okay, great. So that makes sense. All right, so the next thing is to give a tag for this. So let me just put something like a text box that I will just write average price, right? Average price. So let's switch the background color for this, switch it off, just bring this here so people can know this is actually the average price when they look at it. So I can even make it italic and even increase the size to maybe like 12. That's feasible, right? And that's my average price, right? That's my average price, right? So we are getting there. So right now I have the title of my product, I have the price. I may also want to add another slicers to the right, so that I can slice and dice by retailer. So let me select my slicer and go to retailer and select retailer here, so that I can always slice and dice by different retailers. So let me switch off the background for this, switch off the background, and also the text color too. So let me make the text color that my blur text, which is this one, right? So and probably the header should be off too, so that since I already know these are retailers, so I can take the headers off. So I have the slicer here. I can also use it to slice and dice my report. So what I also had probably is a slicer for year and month. So let me bring in another slicer. I'm going to put that to the top here. So this one, I'm going to go to my calendar, select year, and also select month. But one thing I should also try and do is, this here is showing currently showing numbers right now, so you can come to data type here and change it to text. A year should actually be text, not number, right? A year should be test, not number. So I've changed that, and then I want to make this a drop down selection so that it's not a vertical list. Just let me make it a drop down, and I can switch off the background as well. For this, I switch off the background. Okay, the background is not off. Let me do that again. Come to here, effect, and switch off the background so that when I'm selecting this, it's just there's no background. Now I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and put it here, so when I select something it will show. Now this white that is showing, there's also a way to change this color as well. So if you come here and you come to value, right, under value you will see background, right? So you can change the background of this to that my background color, which is EDEFO, which is this one, right? So that when you click the drop down, it just blend into the background. And when I come here and I select probably April now, but my month is not sorted, it's starting from April instead of January, February, March, right? This can occur. So the way to solve this problem is to go to your table view, click on calendar, select month, then sort your month by month number, right? Power BI does not understand that January is 1, February is 2. Just sort it alphabetically. I can sort it by month number. Then once you sort it by month number, you can now come back and let's see if this has been sorted. So you can see it has been sorted now, January, February. So let me select the month so you see. All right, and that's it. So the next thing I may basically do is to add some few cards to this, and then probably some trend just to see how interesting it could be. So let me start by adding a card. I'm going to use this new card that we have here, right? And I'm going to put my total sales in here, or let me start with my total units sold, right? Total units sold. So once I put it here, this requires a little bit of formatting, so I'm going to switch off the background first and then come to my shape, call out value. So let's make the call out value probably something like maybe a 30 should be fine, and the color of that should be my blue color. And then the label, let's do some things to the label too. So the label should be probably be maybe a black color actually, so it shows very well. But I think what is already showing is okay, so we can leave that. Then I'm going to go to the card itself. Then from the card, the fill color should be off, so I don't want to see a fill color. The accent bar, I'm going to shoot it on and use this left and change the color to my color, so it adds some accent bar like this. So when I do this, I can see something like this, but I don't like the border color, so I'm going to switch it off. So come to card again, switch off the border color as well. So yep, I think the border color is off, so which make a lot of sense. I'm going to probably drag this guy to the right, drag this guy to the right. Yeah, that's my total units sold. And another thing I would also like to do is to bring in a trend analysis of this by month. So I'm going to use this visual here, this one, and bring in my month, and bring in my units sold, so I can show a trend. But I would say this slicer should not control this, so that it can actually show. So I'll come here, select format, click on edit interaction, and switch off the interaction here, right, so that it doesn't control this one. Then you click on the edit interaction back to switch it off. So once I have this, I'm basically going to switch off everything. So come here, switch off the title, switch off the x-axis, and also come here, I'm going to switch off the title, switch off the y-axis. I'm also going to switch off the secondary axis if there is any, and then switch off the background. I don't need any background, even title, switch it off, right? So I have only this. Now I'm going to select my color, right? If you come to line, you see the colors here. Then from here I'm going to select this, my blue color, and then I'm going to blur it a little bit. So if you come to shade area, so you can increase it a little bit, so I can make it like probably 80, right? So I just shade that 80, so I have that here. Can even push it up a little bit or even down a little bit, so depend on any how I want it. So I can have that like that, and this is my trend. So the next thing I may want to do is to add like change to previous period. So I'm going to pin this old card. Since I have a month or month of this, I'm going to go to my variance and select the unit sold month to month. So unit sold month to month is here. I'm going to put it in here, and it's showing minus right now, minus. So let me change this to a percentage. You can click it here and select percentage right here, and it's going to change. It's going to change to percentage. All right, it's going to change to percentage. So let me reduce the size, switch off the background first, and then come here, switch off the category label. Let's reduce the size to something very small, probably a 25 or so, or even a 22 is fine. Now another thing I would like to want is something like a conditional format that just shows when this is negative it should be red, and when it is positive it should be green. So to do that, I'll do that in the conditional formatting pane. So I'll go to call out value, and instead of selecting a color here, I'll just select this FX, right? FX is like a conditional formatting option, and I will change the format style to rules. So the rules I want to have like a red here, so it should be red. Red if this is greater than or equals to nothing and it's less than 0. Anytime it's less than 0, right? If it's less than 0, it should give me red. So I'll click on new rule to add a new rule, and if it's greater than 0, and I'm going to put 1 here, and it's less than 1, that's when it should give me green. I can click more color and look for green here. So this green doesn't really need a special color, so just need green and red. So if it's less than 0, give me red. If it's greater than 0, give me green. So once I click OK, so you can see it has changed this color here. So if probably there's another month when it's not negative, it's going to be green. So look at this. So it's just green here for this month that is not negative, right? So I'm getting there. The next thing to do is probably to give it a name, a tag, right? So I can copy this average price that I have here and use it here. Probably use it here. So I'll take it to the side and then type change to previous period. So change to previous period. Change to previous period. Let me centralize it and make it bigger. Change to previous period. So that way people know this is my change to prior period. And when you select something, when it is red, it's going to change to red. And that is it basically for my total units sold. So the next one I may want to create is probably a total sales, right? So I can kind of group all this together, so it's easy for me to create the next one. So I can hold my control and select the 4 of them and just right click and just come to group and group it together. So once I group it is 1. Now I can even move all of them together if I want to. So I can move all of them together like this, and let me copy and paste it. So oh no, I copied the wrong one. So let me select everything first and then Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So that way it copies everything for me. See, it copies the entire thing for me again. But the only thing is that the trend is not showing fully because that slicer is still controlling it. So I'm going to come here and go to format again, edit interaction, and come and switch that interaction off on this my okay, it's not showing very well, so probably I should ungroup this first. So let me right click and ungroup so I can see each and every one of them very well. So this one, so let me select this guy, format, edit interactions, and remove it from this guy. So what's going on? Okay, so I think let me still, I think this is covering that. So let me just reduce this and come here and just say edit interactions, play it on this guy. Yep. So select it back. Now I can now expand this again. Based on what I want. And now what I want now is sales. So I'm going to remove this total units sold and replace it with sales, right? So that shows me the trend for sales. Go to line, change the color to my color. Yep. And also change this one from units sold to to sales, right? And I'm going to make this a currency with probably 2 decimal, or no, 2 decimal. Yes, I'm going to do 2 decimal for this, so it's easy to see. 2 decimal. All right, I can also make this total unit sold 2 decimals as well. This is my unit sold. So where are you? So I can have 2 decimals here as well, so you can always show 2 decimal always. So and basically I'm going to change this guy as well, this one here, to the sales month to month. So my sales month to month is here, sales month to month, right? I'll make it also percentage, yep, make it also percentage with 2 decimal. So now I'm basically almost done with my product page, right? So the product page is almost done. So the only thing that is left is to probably give this a title and also add some buttons at the top here. So let me start with the buttons. So I'll come here, select blank buttons, and then I'm going to give these buttons a name, call it home button. So home is here, and think I'm going to change the color to that my color and switch off the border color. So just put home here, and then let me duplicate this and make this, the next one should be product, which is where I am now, and the next one should be deep analysis, which is deep inside, which is the next page I'm going to create after this. Deep insight, and the next page is the last one, which is the trend analysis. So trend analysis. So these are the different buttons of how I'm going to select this. So I can even kind of group this together, so it's easy for me to move them when I want to move them. I also want to bring in a line that will shows the page I'm currently on. So let me bring in a just a small line. So since I'm currently on product, so I'm going to put this line below product and change the color of this slide to my color. So all right, so this is like a navigation page, so you can also group them together including the line. So right click on them and say group. So once I group that together, that is it. Then I'm going to add a title to this. So let's go to text box again, and then I'm going to type, what should I name this page? So let me call it Adidas product analysis. Adidas product analysis. All right, so I'm going to drag this guy and put it right here in the middle here, increase the size to something like 24. I hope that 24 is not too big. I think it's not. Centralize it to somewhere here, and then switch off the background. I don't want the background. Then the color of this should be that my blurry background, which is this. No, not this one. I think it's this one, A3 something. Okay, so that is Adidas product analysis. Another way you can do this is I can come to format and say align, and I say align center, so I'm sure that it goes into the center. Okay, so this is the product page design that we are done, and you can see as you are changing different products, so the entire pictures are also changing as you are changing the different product. And you can also select different things here just to filter down your report. So let's go into the next page.